What? Hey Sibs. Last night I got nominated for the second time to do the no makeup challenge. So here I am doing a video and doing the whole no makeup thing. So boom, double whammy. I'm a boss. And if you have no clue what the no makeup challenge is, where have you been? Check it out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and join in. As March comes to a close, slowly we are all starting to think about summer, about graduation for some of you. And so the emails for this week have been a lot about how do I get in shape, how do I prepare for summer, I want to start working out but I don't know what I'm doing. And for some reason you all seem to think I'm some kind of expert on fitness. So today I will show you a super easy, super simple, super short workout that you can do every day and how to do it every day to get your butts in gear, in shape, and healthy. Because the bottom line is being active is part of being healthy. It is healthy and it's important to stay active. I don't care what size you are, what you look like, what your body shape is, any of that. What I do care about is, do you take the elevator or do you take the stairs? Do you walk to school or do you drive to school every day? Do you go for a run or lift weights or dance or play a sport or do anything that you enjoy doing that keeps you physically active? So if you don't do any of that and you aren't active and it's because you don't have time to work out, this is called the I don't have time to work out workout. It's super easy, super short, and it works, and I know this because I created it myself when I was in university studying all the time and not having any time to work out or to do anything really. The great thing about this workout is you don't need anything for it. You don't even need shoes. This is because this is a calisthenics workout, which means you're using your own body weight against gravity. All you really need is a space that's big enough for you to be able to work out in. The first you're gonna do is warm up. So I have my little thingy here, and I put on my favorite music, and I just jam out. Okay, I don't dance like this, but I'm a dancer, okay, I know what I'm doing. The important thing here is that you get warmed up, and because I don't like to run, I'm not really a runner, I'm a sprinter, but I'm not a long distance runner. To get myself warm, I use my music. Once you're nice and warm, it is time to start the workout. So the first exercise is the burpee, or what I like to call the herpy because it's half a burpee. Burpees are hard for most beginners because there's a push-up at the bottom. That doesn't mean though that you can't do the rest of it. So this is how you do it. You jump up, you shoot your legs out into plank, and you come back up. So you do 10 of those. Then you do 10 squats. Now the way you do a squat is you start off with your feet shoulder width apart. And when you sink into a squat, what you're going to do is you're going to go on your heels and you're going to pull back as if you're about to sit on a bench. And you kind of should lose your balance. This is why your core is also getting worked, because you're trying to keep it together and not fall backwards. So you pull back like this, and it's like you're going to sit in a chair. And then you come to about this, and your legs should be in a 90-degree angle with your thighs parallel to the ground, like this, okay? So you go back, and you sink into it, and you come back up. And the way you can make your squats harder, though, is you're going to do squat jumps. So those look like this. You go like this, and you jump. So you did your burpees, or your burpees, whatever. You did your squats, or your squat jumps. Now, in Drake's song, he says, started from the bottom, now we're here. We're doing the opposite. We're going starting from the top and working our way down to the floor. Yay, we're on the floor now. So we start off with push-ups, and you can do the full body push-ups, which are from the feet, and they look like this, okay? Or you can do it from your knees, where it's like this. Now you don't want to be on your actual knees because that hurts your kneecaps and it's not good for you. You want to go and you want to be a little bit forward so your body is straight, okay? And you want to make sure that you are on these fleshy parts right here of your knees where it's squishy. So once you're done with the arms, you're going to flip over onto your back and you're going to work on your core. So like with all things that have to do with fitness, it's important to have proper form when you're doing these things, and abs are no exception. So I'm just going to show you what I do with my stomach. Pretend that you have like a sponge here and you're squishing out all the water out of that sponge. So with your back, you want to make sure it's flat against the ground, and this is going to tuck in like this. And now, as my ballet teacher used to say, pretend you have a cup of tea or some very hot beverage here and it's resting your stomach. If you poke your stomach out like this and make that kind of mountain here and pop your abs out or start moving around too much, you're going to spill that coffee. You want to make sure this is as flat as possible, and you do that by pulling in and actually squeezing your abs, like kind of sucking in, and you make this flat. And then you make sure your chest is open, your arms are back, and you slowly start doing your sit-up, okay? If you start doing this and you're crunching and you're dying like this, you're only working up here and you're doing it all wrong. Also, keep your chin up and your neck straight, because if you start crunching your neck, you're gonna get abs in your neck and you're gonna hurt your neck actually. So don't do that. Make sure this is all straight and like solid, and then just lift to the point where your spine is still touching the ground. So what I usually do is I do 10 to the front, 10 to one side, and then I can either do 10 more down the middle before I switch to the other side, or I can go straight to the other side, do 10 on this side, come back, and finish off with another 10 here. Now, once you are done your abs, you're going to flip back over one more time, lie on the ground, put your arms out like this, prep your feet, and you're going to come up into a plank. And that's it. Now, nothing about this is hard. The hardest part is your mentality and your willpower. So I've compiled a couple of pointers for you that's going to help you keep on track and actually keep at it. The first thing you want to do is to set a realistic goal when it comes to how many times a week you're going to work out. If you've really done nothing active in your life ever, starting off with once a week is a pretty realistic goal. And make sure you actually schedule in and put that day aside so you know you're doing it on that day. Now, for some people it's easier if they take it a step further and they actually set an alarm or set a time in that day when they're going to work out. For some people, it's not so much about the time, it's about the routine of it. So for example, a girl I know will work out every day right before her shower. Some people will pair their working out with rewards. So for example, sometimes I'll say, okay, I can't go on Pinterest or on Instagram until I've done my workout. You have to find what works for you. And my last tip is to use a calendar. Every time you work out, you cross that day off. Not only is it satisfying to cross a day off when you're done your workout, it's also such an eyesore when you have a bunch of X's and then suddenly there's like 2 or 3 blank days where you haven't worked out. And my rule is basically, don't go 2 days without working out. Now, being fit and working out alone isn't going to cut it. Remember, fitness is part of that triad with sleep and healthy food. In order to get the full benefits of working out, you can't just do one without the other two or do two without the third one. They all have to work together. So yeah, that's basically it. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next week, Sibs. Oh, and do the no makeup challenge like me. Tag me on Instagram or send it to me on Twitter. I want to see what your no makeup faces look like. Now get off YouTube and actually do this workout with me.